Good morning and good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for staying with us. I hope you still have some energy left to follow this last presentation on GIview. My name is Johan Veeckmans. I am within Unit F3 of DG AGRI, responsible for the coordination of GIview. And I'm very grateful to have been given the opportunity to give a short introduction of the online database. And I will leave some time for questions at the end of my presentation. GIview is the result of a cooperation between the European Commission and the European Union Intellectual Property Office. It is a public searchable database for EU and third country GIs applied, published and registered in the EU, as well as third country GIs protected in the EU under international agreements. It also shows what EU GIs are protected under which international agreements in countries outside of the EU. And its goal is basically to enhance the public availability of information, to promote GIs, and to improve the control and enforcement of GI holders' rights. GIview has two sections, a public area and a restricted area, whereby the public area can be accessed by everybody. It's a public website, and the restricted area is reserved to country authorities and producer groups. In the public area, anyone can search GIs. You can consult a list of GIs or a GI ID card and extract information in an Excel file or a PDF. In the restricted or private area, country authorities can log in and add extended data. They can manage user roles, create and manage producer groups, and link those producer groups to their respective geographical indications. Once these producer groups have been added to those GIs, producer groups can then, on their side, log in and add extended data. That data added by producer groups will then be validated by the country authority before being published in GIview. In the first year of its implementation, which was last year in 2021, GIview received 41,146 visits. We can therefore consider our website a success, as it brings GIview in the top 15% visited websites worldwide. GIview contains a total of 5,353 GI ID cards, and that number goes up as we speak. 3,686 of these ID cards are direct applications, mostly from the EU, but there is also some direct registrations from other countries outside of the EU. Almost 400 GI ID cards have extended data. This is quite limited. We need to raise awareness on the importance of extended data in GIview, primarily with member states, but also with countries outside of the EU, as it can contain essential information and is in the interest of GI rights holders to have this information available in GIview. The GIview homepage has a basic search field. It is an error-tolerant search box that it uses an algorithm that allows a certain degree of misspelling to assure the best user experience. The landing page also shows the latest GI updates and contains a link to the private area for country authorities and producer groups. From the search field, we can search GIs by introducing a term in the search field, or by selecting one, various, or all countries, and clicking on the search button. Like this, we will obtain a result viewed in a list. This list can be filtered and extracted. We can also see those same results in a map view. This map can then be zoomed into, zooming in on a specific area, in this case, Southeast Asia, where we can select any GI and access its GI ID card, just like you could from the list view. A GI ID card is composed of registered data from eAmbrosia, which is the legal register of the names of GIs applied, registered, and protected across the EU. It contains, for example, the name, file number, dates, country of origin, etc. And this is extracted and added to GIview on a daily basis. A GI ID card with extended data can look very different. Extended data is the information added by the active involvement of country authorities and producer groups. And it consists of relevant contact details, pictures, product description, maps, etc. It is made available in GIview directly upon saving the changes by the country authority or by the validation of the country authority in case changes were added by the producer groups. In order to be allowed to add extended data in GIview, GIview training has to be attended. Last year, such a training was organized with Thailand, and we will have a training for Cambodian officials next week. Extended data allows the producer group, the producers or the country authorities to share information with the public and other authorities. It is true that this information is already available in the published single document, but that is a boring, hard to find publication in a dull official journal of the European Union. Therefore, extended data in GIview can amplify this already available data with real tangible information that will allow anyone to easily recognize the protected GI from a similar product. It can accentuate more on what their GI product makes it stand out from the rest, which makes GI GIview a helpful tool. Important extended data to recognize the product on the market can be, for example, pictures of a label, pictures of the product with recognizable characteristics, such as an example of how a traceability code or a label is applied to the product. It should contain the contact details of the country authority or producer groups to use in case an irregularity or an infringement suspicion has been found at the border or on the market. It can also contain specific information in the product description. Finally, I will present to you how GIview can contribute to the enforcement of GI rights. A completed GI ID card will allow control authorities and control bodies, inspectors, custom authorities, representatives, and agents to consult GIview efficiently, and on that basis, alert the representative of the GI. The representative can be the national authority or the producer group. They can, through their private area in GIview, request access to the IP enforcement portal and file a new case with customs. The IP enforcement portal by the European Observatory on Infringements of IP Rights is the EU platform that manages customs applications for action and deals with IPR enforcement matters, including GIs. It is a very powerful, easy to handle, multilingual and secure platform through which right holders can, in real time, not only file a new case, but also exchange information with enforcers. This brings me to the end of my presentation. I hope it was useful. I put in this last slide the link to the GIview database and the functional mailbox of GIview in the Commission. If you are interested in following a GIview training, please send a request to this mailbox or to DG AGRI's G3 unit. They're responsible for relations with the ASEAN countries. Thank you for listening, and I'm open for any questions you may have.